Good afternoon, Miss. Good afternoon, colleagues. Today, my team and I are honored to be presenting on hearing and visual impairments. Millions of people around the world experience challenges related to the hearing and vision impacting communication, learning, and daily life. Understanding these impairments helps us create a more inclusive and accessible society. In this session, we will explore the definition, characteristics, collaboration, and ways to support individuals with hearing and visual impairments. I am Yolandi Alzano. Allow me to introduce my team. Junan Adams, Shavana Edwaro, Sabrina Thomas, Indira Sami, Banmanti Williams. What is visual impairment? Visual impairment, or VI, refers to a loss of vision or damage to an eye. According to Bassi, Ellison, and Walker 2018, visual impairment is any defect in the eye that causes difficulty in reading and seeing. This shows that visual impairment is a term that describes a vast array of disorders affecting the visual field and vision acuity of an individual's eyesight. Visual impairment includes people with blindness and those who are partially sighted or low vision, including those with refractive error. What is hearing impairment? According to the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, IDEA, hearing impairment is defined as an impairment in hearing, whether permanent or fluctuating, that adversely affects a child's educational performances. Individuals and Disabilities Education Act 2004, 300.8 C5. Hearing impairment, or HI, as one of the categories of special educational needs, is defined as the inability to hear sound adequately due to improper development, damage, or disease to any part of hearing mechanism. Some children are born with a hearing loss, while others develop deafness as they grow. Therefore, deaf students need to be communicated through sign language. Save the Children 2016. I will now hand you over to my other colleague who will continue with characteristics of visual impairment. Thank you.
Good afternoon, colleagues. Thank you, Ms. Yolande. Characteristics of visual impairment: reduced visual acuity, difficulty seeing objects clearly, often classified as low vision, 20/70 to 2400, or blindness, 20/400. Even with the correction, World Health Organization, 2016. 2, limited field of vision, a narrowed visual field, example, tunnel vision, where peripheral vision is lost, can impact mobility or spatial awareness. American Foundation for the Blind, AFB 2023. Light sensitivity, photophobia, discomfort or pain caused by bright lights, common in conditions like albinism or retinitis pigmentosa. National Eye Institute, 2022. Difficulty with contrast and depth perception. Problems distinguishing between objects and backgrounds, which can affect reading, movement, and coordination. Korn and Ehring, 2010. Eye fatigue and strain, increased effort required for visual tasks, leading to frequent eye strain, headaches, and difficulty maintaining focus over time. NEI 2022. Characteristics of hearing impairment: reduced auditory perception, difficulty hearing soft sounds, speech, or environmental noises, particularly in noisy settings. National Institute on Deafness and Other Communication Disorders, 2021. Delayed speech and language development. Children with hearing impairment may experience delays in speech, language comprehension, and communication skills. American Speech, Language, and Hearing Association, 2022. Difficulty understanding speech, struggles with distinguishing between similar sounding words, following conversation, or understanding speech without visual cues, such as lip reading. Flexer, 2018. Frequent requests for repetition. Individuals may often ask others to repeat themselves, speak louder, or clarify words. World Health Organization, 2023. Inconsistent response to sounds. A person with hearing impairment may not respond to verbal cues, environmental sounds, or may even turn their head towards sound sources inconsistently. Halliday et al. 2017. Modifications, accommodations, and modifications for visual impairment. Classroom environment and instructional strategies. Preferential seating. Seat the student near the front of the class, away from glare or excessive lighting. Verbal descriptions. Teachers should describe visuals such as charts, diagrams, and written instruction on the board. Tactile and hands-on learning. Use raised line drawing, 3D models, and Braille materials for subjects like science and maths. 2, technology and adaptive devices. Braille materials. Provide textbooks and worksheets in Braille or large print. Screen readers and magnification software. Use software like JAWS, that is Job Access with Speech, or Zoom Text to read text aloud or enlarge content. Electronic note-taking devices. Devices such as Braille Note Touch allow students to take notes in Braille. 3, assessment and testing accommodation. Extended time on exam allows for additional time to process visual information. Alternative test formats. Provide text in Braille, large print, or digital formats. Oral testing allows students to respond verbally rather than in written form when necessary. These are the accommodations for hearing impairment. Classroom environment and instructional strategies. Preferential seating. Seat the student close to the teacher, ensuring clear visibility of lip movements and gestures. Use of visual aids. Incorporate written notes, captions, and slides to reinforce spoken instructions. Sign language or cued speech. If applicable, an interpreter should be available for communication. Assistive technology and adaptive devices. FM system. A wireless microphone system worn by the teacher to transmit sound directly to the student's hearing aid. Speech-to-text software. Tools like Otter.ai and Google Live Transcribe convert spoken language into text. assessment and testing accommodations, captioned instructions. All audio-based instructions should include closed captions or written transcripts. Interpreter support. Provide ASL interpreters or CART, that's for Communication Access Real-Time Translator Services. Alternative response formats allow students to respond via written, typed, or signed responses instead of verbal answers. 4. Reduce background noise. Environmental sounds that students with typical hearing can generally tune out, such as the hum of a furnace or the noise of traffic passing by an open window, can significantly impede the sound of a teacher or fellow student who is speaking. To the extent possible, effort should be made to reduce these background sounds in order to make the signal more audible. Some examples include closing doors and windows and using sound-absorbing materials on floors and walls. I will now hand you over to my next colleague who will take you through.
Good afternoon, Miss and colleagues. We'll be looking at strategies for collaborating with parents and guardians of learners with visual impairment, including blindness and hearing impairment. Effective collaboration between educators and parents and their guardians is essential for supporting students with visual and hearing impairments. The following strategies can help build strong partnership and ensure that students' academic and social success. 1. Open and constant communication. Regular meeting. Schedule parent-teacher conferences, individualized educational program IEP, meetings and progress check-ins to discuss the students' development and challenges. Multiple communication channels. Use emails, phone calls, video conferencing, or written reports to keep parents informed. For parents with hearing impairments, provide text-based communication or sign language interpretation. Number 2, provide parent education and training, workshops and training sessions. Offer training on assistive technology, Braille, literacy, sign language, or strategies for supporting learning at home. Resource sharing. Provide parents with books, online resources, and support groups related to visual and hearing impairments. Organizations like the National Federation of the Blind, NFB, or the National Association of the Deaf, NAD, can be valuable. Encourage parental involvement in learning. Home-based learning activities. Encourage parents to be engaged in activities that support their child's skills, such as reading Braille books together, practicing sign language, or using assistive technology. Homework modification. Provide assignments in accessible formats. Example, Braille, large print, digital with screen readers to ensure students can complete work independently. Encourage social development. Support parents in arranging playdates, community activities, or peer interactions with other children with similar disabilities. Providing emotional and peer support. Support groups for parents. Encourage parents to join local or online support groups where they can connect with others facing similar challenges. Counseling and emotional exceptional support. Recognize that raising a child with a disability can be overwhelming. Provide referrals to counseling services or family support programs. Recognizing parental expertise. Parents know their child best. Acknowledge their insights and involve them in decision making. Support services. In Guyana, several organizations and government initiatives provide support services for individuals with visual and hearing impairments. For visual impairment, the Guyana Society for the Blind. The Guyana Society for the Blind is a non-governmental organization that provides services for a visually impaired individual. It offers rehabilitation program, skill training, and advocacy for better integration of persons with visual disability in society. The Guyana Society for the Blind is located at 44 High Street, Working Ross, Georgetown, Guyana. Contact information 223-7900. You can email them at the office of gsbguyana@gmail.com. Thank you. I'll now hand you over to my next colleague.
Thanks, Ms. Adams. Support services for hearing impairments. The National Commission on Disability, NCD. The National Commission on Disability, NCD, advocate for the rights of persons with disabilities, including children with hearing impairments, and maintain a national register of persons with disabilities and disability service organizations. The NCD is responsible for protecting and promoting the rights of persons with disabilities in Guyana. The NCD operates under the Persons with Disabilities Act of 2010, which protects the rights of persons with disabilities in Guyana. The National Commission on Disabilities is located on 49 Grove Street, Stabroek, Georgetown. Contact information 226-4566, 225-0980. Collaboration and organization. Collaboration and organization for individuals with visual and hearing impairments, including deafness, typically involve multi-sectoral approaches that bring together government agencies, NGOs, educational institutions, and healthcare providers. 1, education and training institution. 2, healthcare and rehabilitation services. 3, technological and accessibility innovations. 4, individualized education plans, IEPS. 5, community-based support and awareness. In concluding, research has shown visual and hearing impairments, including deafness, significantly impact individuals' daily lives, communication, education, and social interactions. Research has also shown that early diagnosis, assistive technologies, and inclusive educational strategies play crucial roles in enhancing the quality of life for individuals with these impairments. World Health Organization 2023, Smith and Jones 2021. Furthermore, accessibility measures such as Braille, sign language, and auditory assistive devices are essential for promoting independence and social inclusion. Brown 2020. Despite advancement in medical and technological interventions, challenges such as societal stigma, lack of resources, and policy implementation gaps persist. Taylor 2019. Therefore, continued research, advocacy, and policy development are necessary to address these barriers and create a more inclusive society. By fostering an environment that prioritizes accessibility and inclusion, society can ensure that individuals with these impairments lead for fulfilling and independent lives. And this brought us to the end of our presentation. Thank you.